Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve second part of question number 4. As you know, we have already completed journal entries. Look at this. These journal entries were completed at first place and now we are required to enter these journal entries into double column cash book. So as usual, we will be applying same principle. If cash is present on debit side, we will enter same cash on debit side of ledger. If bank is present like this, if it is present on debit side, same debit side would be chosen in cash book. And let me show you the performer for the cash book. As usual, since this is fourth question, we have already entered, we have already made two questions or two cash books for previous two questions, and we have complete idea as we have two sides, debit and credit. There are two columns on debit side, cash and bank, and there are two columns on credit side, cash and bank. That is why it is called double column cash book. It means we will deal two caches and two banks at the same time. Both ledgers would be made in this double column cash book. Let's start. We have our first entry, cash is at debit side March 1. First we will put the date, debit side March 1. As you can see that cash is debit 60,000. We will put amount first, 60,000, and you can see that what is written on the opposite side, to balance. So we will paste to balance over here. In this way, our first entry has been completed because only cash was present over here. So after completing first entry, we will mark it as it has been done by just changing the color. So March 1, cash to balance, entry completed. Now we will see again March 1, and we may write it March 1A. So there must be a little difference. March 1A, bank is debit. So here we will put date March 1A, where we can see that bank is written on debit side. Look at this, 8,000, bank is debit. We will write over here, and you can see that at opposite side balance is written. So you will write again to balance. Second entry has been completed. Let's mark it as it has been done. Now we will see next March 5th entry. As you can see, only cash is present at debit side. We will choose debit side March 5, where cash is present on debit side. As you can see, 20,000 is present at debit side. We will put debit side over to 20,000 at debit side. Now see what is written on the opposite side. Look, cash was debit 20,000 and A is written at opposite side. So we will post A over here. In this way, March 5th entry is also completed. We are marking it as it has been done. Now next is March 5A, where cash is present on debit side. So March 5A, cash is present on debit side. How much? 10,000. So you will put 10,000 on debit side. Now we will see what is written on the opposite side, B. So we will write 2B over here. So guys, in this way, March 5th 5A entry is also completed. We will mark it as it has been completed. Now let's start March 12th. As you can see, cash is present on credit side. So we will change the side, and here we will write March 12. Now let's see how much amount. March 12, cash is present at credit side 15,200. After posting the amount, now we will see what is written on the opposite side, that is purchase. So write down purchase over here. So guys, in this way, March 12th entry is also completed. Let's mark it as it has been done. Now March 20, where you can see that bank is present on debit side. So we will choose debit side, March 20, debit side of bank. Alright guys, now look at this, bank is debit by 4,000. You will put 4,000. It's time to see the reference. As you can see, at opposite side of bank, sale is mentioned. So we will write sales over here. March 20 is completed. Let's mark it as it has been done. Now March 22, again look at this. This is called contra entry, where both cash and bank are present at the same time. So this entry, this journal entry would be posted twice, two times. First half part, you can see cash is debit March 22. March 22, cash is written on debit side. How much amount? Look at this, 16,000. So you will put 16,000 over here and see the reference. What is written on the opposite side? To bank. So here we will write to bank. Half part of March 22 is completed, where cash was debit, and now you can see bank is present on credit side March 22. So here we will come to the credit side March 22. Bank is present on credit side 16,000. You will put the amount and now see the reference. As you can see that bank was credit 16,000. What is written on the opposite side? Cash. So we will put by cash over here. In this way, March 22 entry has been completed. There were two effects, and both effects we have entered: cash debit, bank credit. As you can see that cash was debited by 16,000, bank was credited 16,000. After March 22, we have March 22A, where cash is present on credit side. So here March 22A, cash is present on credit side, but here you will have to wait. Please note it down, cash is present on credit side, but there are two amounts. So you will have to mention both amounts step by step. First 6,000 and then 10,000. For 6,000, see what is your reference. For 6,000 it is wages. So you will write by wages over here, as there were two entries. And for 10,000 you can see reference is rent. So by rent you will post, and for both same date would be mentioned. March 22A has been completed. We are going to mark it as it has been done, after which March 23rd, where bank is present on debit side. So here March 23rd and bank is present on debit side. How much amount? 16,000 posted. It's time to see the reference. As you can see, bank was debit in March 23rd. Bank was debit. What is written on the opposite side? X. So you will write X as reference in particulars. March 23rd entry is also completed and we are marking it as it has been done. After which you can see March 25 again bank is written on debit side, March 25, and bank is debited over here. How much amount? 16,000. So you will put 16,000. It's time to see the reference. Bank was debit. What is written on the opposite side? Look at this, to machine. So you will put to machine over here. March 25th entry is also completed. We are going to mark it. Now March 28, you can see cash is present on credit side. Date is March 28. So here March 28 date is being put, and now March 28 is saying cash is credited by 4,000. So we will put 4,000, and now let's see the reference. Y is written on opposite side, so by Y. March 28 is completed. Let's mark it as it has been done. Now March 28A, where bank is present on credit side. Here we will write date first, March 28A, and bank is present on credit side. How much amount? 6,000. Put it. It's time to see the reference. You can see bank was credited and Y is written on opposite side. Again you will put Y. This way March 28 is also completed and it has been marked as done. March 30, bank is present on credit side. So come over here, March 30, bank is present on credit side. How much amount? 1,000. Put it. As usual, now we will see the reference. As you can see that bank was credited in March 30. Commission is written at opposite side. So here you will write commission. After March 30, as you can see that entries are completed. All of the entries are posted in double column cash book. So after completion of posting, we are now needed to calculate the balance. Please note it down. We are going to calculate balance, but let me centralize everything. All right. For calculation of balance, there are few steps. Cash balance would be calculated separately and bank balance would be calculated separately. Step number 1, we will take sum of both sides, and here sum of debit side has been calculated, and now sum of credit side has been calculated. Compare. The larger sum will be picked. Second step is larger sum. Look at this. This is 106 and this is 35. So larger sum is 106. We will pick this larger sum and write down 106,000 over here, and please note it down. Same total would be posted on both sides. 2 steps completed. Now third step is to choose the smaller side. Look, 35,000, 106,000. So smaller side we have chosen by balance, and here we will calculate the balance. How? Smaller sum would be subtracted from larger sum. Larger sum was 106,000 and you will subtract smaller sum 35,200. So guys, in this way cash balance is completed, and here please note it down. 70800 is your cash balance, and here our answer is also 70,800. In this way, cash side has been completed. We will now repeat the same procedure for bank as well. First step, take sum of both sides. Here we are calculating sum of both sides. So look at this. This is sum of bank 1,16,000. Sum of credit side of bank 23,000. Now we will pick the larger sum. Larger sum is 1,116,000. So we are going to write larger sum on both sides, but we will put a square or border. Same larger sum would be posted on other side as well. Two steps completed. Now we will choose the smaller side. In bank, again smaller side is also the credit side. Last step is to calculate the balance. How you will calculate the balance? By subtracting smaller sum from the larger sum. Larger sum 1,160 and you will subtract smaller sum 23,000. So we have got 93,000 as bank answer. Look at this bank balance 93,000. So in this way our second answer is also been calculated and corrected. Please note it down. We are going to perform our last step where we will broad these balances at lower side, where we will write balance, but we will write BD over here, balance brought down, where your cash balance is 70800 and your bank balance is 93,000. So finally our answers completed. At this stage we can put a border after completion. This is an advertisement, leave it. Okay, come over here and we are going to put a border. So this is your cash book. Please note it down. These totals were rough work. You may erase it when you will complete. So our cash book has been completed. Look at this shape. You can clearly, it is clearly visible. There is debit side and there is credit side. Both cash and bank credit, both cash and bank debit, and we have calculated balances. These answers were matched with answers given in the book and we have completed it. So in this way, second part of question is also completed. Since answers available, journal is also available, double column cash book, all entries are also available in this solution, but still I am requesting you to please perform and practice this question for more than one. More you will practice, more stronger memory will be, more you will practice, stronger memory would also be completed and it would be easy for you to memorize. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to end our lecture and it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for your time. Allah Hafiz.